So for me, hip movement forward and back is the key to foiling and altitude control, especially on steeper waves. So let's watch it in real speed. Let's slow it down. We'll go frame by frame. So I'm coming from a long ride into this steeper, shallower section inside, and it's going to stand up or wall up. And I need to transition from the top of the wave down the face and back into the flats and do a turn and go the other direction. And what we're looking for, I put this graphical box to show the edges of my hips relative to the board. And the other thing to look for is this front knee. So initially, as I'm going down, I want this knee bent, weight more forward as I'm trying to get the nose and the foil to be on the same plane as the wave face to get down. And then as soon as this is a smaller wave, so as soon as I've gone over that hump and I know I'm going down, then all my focus is, okay, I need to keep the nose of the board from stuffing into the wave here, into the bottom, the trough here, and ideally keep from touching down so that I don't lose speed, I don't blow the wave, and I'm still able to turn and ride it out. And so I've made it over this little hump. I'm going to go down fast. And so it's a short transition. So I need it immediately. What I do is I shift my hips way back, and you can see I'm traveled from here to there. I'm way outside of the line that I had initially. And this leg is fully straight and locked out because I'm really trying to get all my weight back. And what this forward and back movement is doing to the foil is changing the angle of attack so we don't breach. And so by leaning back, I'm coming up. And before, when I was leaning forward and going down, I'm keeping that parallel to the face. And now I need to, in order to keep the nose from stuffing into the water, I need to come back up. I need to change my altitude. And so if we look at the horizon here as our level indicator, and then the board, I mean, here we can clearly see that I'm still going downhill, that my board has a downhill trajectory, and the foil itself, even though it's underwater, it's on the same plane as the board. And so it's heading down, which means I'm going to crash the nose into the water. And so by leaning back, I'm putting weight back, unweighting my front foot, changing the angle of the tack of the foil from this downward to more of an upward, because I'm trying to go up the whole board and foil and myself up to keep the nose from stuffing into the wave. And so as we watch, I'm way back, weight back. And then if we keep our eye on the horizon and the level of the board, we see that I come back into a much more, keep going a few more frames. And here, the board and the foil and everything are back to level with the horizon. So I've succeeded in doing what I need to do. I haven't touched down, didn't stuff the board into the flats here. And then we've noticed that now that I've done that, so I was successful in getting the board back to level and up. And now that I'm transitioned through here, now my focus is, okay, if I keep on this trajectory of level or up, I'm going to fly the wing out of the water. And so that's why immediately, as soon as I'm successful in getting more altitude and keeping the nose from stuffing, now I need to shift my weight forward, bend this knee again to level out and to keep at an altitude that's keeps the foil in line with the face of the wave. So that's, I mean, I'm using board and via my hips and knees to control the angle of the foil so that I can go up and down to match whatever the wave is doing. So there, again, we see relative to the horizon, I've brought the board back up. And that's why you'll see I've gone even more forward. I'm now back to where I started. Let's see. And so just a little shift forward, knee bent, keeping the weight to bring it back down. And we see from here to where it's kind of an upward trajectory to back down again to keep that wing in the water. and then I stay kind of level and ride the wave out. When I give wing foiling lessons, we go over the basics of wing handling, how to grab the wing, flip it over, get on the board, how to hold it, where to put the feet, the hands, and then we get in the water and we do it. And usually what happens is there are a ton of little micro adjustments that need to be made to go from flailing to success. And so that's essentially what I do during a lesson is I'll take all the knowledge and the wisdom that I gained from designing a Learn to Foil video course where I had to break down and understand all the mechanics, the movements, like the body motions and orienting to the wind and the waves and what works and what doesn't. It's all by watching you when you take a lesson, I can see the little micro adjustments that need to be made. And then I just go out and gently show you how to do it. And then you do it and you repeat it. And by the end of the lesson, you have all the basic mechanics of wing foiling down and you're ready to go. And then on this one, it's more of I'm coming in from a ride. And this is kind of a flat section. So I'm pumping my way through. And it's the same principle of here I'm level with the wave face. And my wing is level, but I'm on this. If we again use the horizon as our true level indicator, my board is on a downward, and the wing, the foil, is on a downward trajectory. So I've got my leg straight and my weight back to bring that back up. And so here I'm nice and even, triangulated. Both legs straight. Weight centered over the foil. But if we look at the angle of the board, which matches the angle of the foil, I'm very much on an upward trajectory relative to the horizon. And as we keep going, so now if I stay on this trajectory, I'm going to launch into space. I'm on this. I'm going to breach for sure. I've got this really uphill trajectory, and again, this is more of a pump than navigating, say, the wave face, but I'm setting up for what's coming up. So I bring it way up, but I need to immediately shift my hips way forward and get, big knee bent, getting in here. I've also, in addition to shifting weight forward via my hips, you see my upper torso is leaning forward. Instead of being upright with my hips forward, I'm leaning forward as much as I can because I've let the nose come up and the foil come up to get more altitude, but now I'm coming up on this other section and I'm about to breach. So I really need to lean forward, and then that levels me out. So we see, if we use this as our horizon guide, I brought the board back to level. I've got the altitude I needed, which is full height, and not much higher can I go without breaching the wing out of the water, which would result in a crash. And so now that I've got the height I need and the angle, and I'm moving forward, because I'm still forward and all my weight's still forward, I've gone over that apex, and now I'm heading back down to a downward trajectory, both in the angle of the attack and to match this. I've gone over the hump of the wave, and now I'm coming down the backside and getting back into the face of the wave. And we'll see that I immediately need to shift backward and straighten this leg, because the board is the nose of the board is headed for purling, straight into the face at high speed. And so I shift my weight way back. If we use this box, this is where my hips were when we started, and I'm going way back, and you see I'm getting that leg straight, and I managed to do it. Let's see, do I touch down? No, I don't think I did. So good to go. And then I'm able to pump out and again repeat the process and keep going, staying with this wave face and setting myself up for getting into another juicy section on the inside there. So that's it. That's hip movement. And that, for me, that's the key to altitude control and keeping breaching under control. I'll do a full video on breaching and break that down about what's going on and what I'm doing. And so right now we're just focusing on hip movement. So yeah, come on over to the website and sign up for a lesson. Great for parties and groups, and birthday parties, a ton to be able to do it with friends and just to see the smiles, and everyone gets to learn together and have fun together and try something new. And it's a blast. It's a fun day. And so I love the group lessons are really, really fun. And so if you have a party or just want to go out with your buddies or friends or or some other occasion, come on out and sign up for a lesson. The windy season just started. Here it is March, and it'll run through September. And so, yeah, great time. And right now we got a lot of sunny, beautiful days. And so come on out and let's wing foil. Yeah, here I actually touch down. So I slap, I lose a bunch of speed. And so I'm like, ooh, I need to do a little micro pump if I'm going to stay with this wave and get up. And so I went from forward, knee bent, to I touch down. You see, I see it coming. I'm like, oh, get back, keep it up. And so I shift weight back, straighten out that leg. It's not quite enough to avoid touching down, but I still made it. I'm still riding the wave. And so I'm doing that lean back. I've got the nose up. It's released. I'm headed back up. And, if we look at the horizon again as our indicator, the board's on that uphill. We can see very much headed up. And so I've got it up. But now, as soon as I get it up, I have to lean forward or I'm going to instantly breach. Like a lot of times what I see people who are new to foiling, or maybe it's a good day or they haven't foiled in a while, they're super excited and they'll get out here and they'll do one of these pumps, but they'll do it either too slow or they'll do a big pump and just blow the whole foil right out of the water and blow the wave because they get too excited, or they don't. They get it up right away, like, oh yeah. And then, but they forget the second half of that, which is, okay, I need to immediately shift my weight forward and level this board back out so that I can make this wave. And on this particular section here, what I'm trying to do is, we can see it's starting to break right here. It actually does break. And so it's even though we can't see it, it's steeper on this other side. And so I'm still staying forward the whole time. Like I'm essentially backdooring the peak. And so I've gotten up and carried my speed, but now it's like, okay, I'm still on the wall, but I'm heading immediately into this downhill kind of backside of the wave into the braking section. So I've got all my weight forward knowing that that's coming. And if I don't do that, if I don't lean way forward, that first knee, I'm going to eject and then probably face plant and go over the falls, and my board and stuff will tumble with me. And so that's why I'm riding it this way of like, okay, I pumped up, I still kept my speed, I'm going to make this section, but the wave is breaking and I'm hitting this downhill steeper section right away. So I really need to focus on, I'm being pushed forward still, but all my weight forward, and get that nose, get it down so I can make it down the backside. And I do. And then we see, as soon as I make it, I immediately went from this real forward, heavy front knee weight and weight forward to instantly shifting back. And we see that leg. That's the marker. That's if we want to see what the hips are doing. Look at the knee. When the knee is either bent or straightened, that's telling us what the hips are doing. It's like when I watch videos of other people foiling in real time, like sometimes I can't see the hip movement, but if I look at the front leg and watch what the knee is doing, I can see that all the time. I can pick that out if their knee is either straight or bent, and that tells me what they're doing. I created a Learn to Foil video course. Learn how foils work, learn foot placement, learn hip movement, learn to fall safely, learn how to stop breaching. And then this is a day when there was a lot of wind from this direction. And so you see there's a lot of these like divots or like side swell, little like like if you look at a monocrop field and there's all these corn rows, that's essentially what's in this wave face, is all these little peaks and troughs going in a funky direction to the wave face and the way the wave's moving. And so I'm constantly hitting the peaks and valleys of these little micro swells that are in the face. And so if we look at my knee, like, so, it's hard to see the hips when I'm going fast, but if we look at the knee, you'll see I'm constantly doing these little changes, like right there, it was bent and then it's straight, and then I go back to bent again and straight and forward, and now I'm shifting back again. And so I'm constantly micro adjusting to keep the wing in the water and make it through all these divots that if I am too high, I'm going to breach a tip and fall, or if I'm too low, I'm going to stuff the nose into one of these divots and maybe miss the wave or have to try to pump back up. And And so that's what I'm doing here. Is just, you can see a little there. I hit the big one, so I lean back, and then I again and come back up, like, and a lot more knee movement. But so this is when I started foiling, this was impossible for me. I couldn't do it. It was really hard, really technical. And so that this is for me, this is the key to being able to ride this like funky stuff. And like if we watch videos of the really good foilers, maybe they're towing in on like Hawaiian outer peaks or something, and you see them doing these S turns, zipping around on wave faces like this. But if we look closely, we'll see all this funk in the wave face, whether it's wind chop or it's just like backwater, whatever it is. But like, and so in order to ride stuff like that, we need to have this hip movement down and this altitude control down so that we can navigate all that little stuff that doesn't seem like much, but it can totally wreck the wave and turn into a faceplant. And so here, relatively speaking to foiling, this is a decent size wave face. And as I was coming down, I see my cameraman here, and I'm like, well, if I go this way, I'm going to go in between him and the sun, and it'll ruin the shot and won't get anything. So I'm like, oh, I'll just go straight and go around him on the other side. But this means I'm putting myself right into the steeper, more powerful part of the wave. And I'm on a downhill trajectory. I've already leaned forward. I've made it. But you see, as soon as I'm headed down, I'm going to totally plow the nose into the bottom here if I don't change that. And so like, this is where the hip movements really helps with steep takeoffs. And that'll be in another video, but I'm just showing a little bit here of like how to navigate these steep drops is all in the hips. And here you see, I lean way back, that knee straight. I'm doing everything I can to bring it up. And then as soon as I level out, immediately shift back forward and bend that front knee to get the weight down to keep from breaching and be able to ride this out and get past him without taking out my cameraman. I'm stoked to announce I have these stoked shirts, the Stoke foil shirt, got the Wind Lifts all wing shirt, got the wing foiler design shirt, hats, hoodies, mugs, got the foilosopher. I love that one. Stoked on that one. The other designs with my logo and more to come. And so everybody needs shirts, everybody needs hats and a hoodie now and then. So please show your support, and that's a great way to get some cool clothing and Stoke design and support me and the site while you're at it. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you out there real soon. Big hug and long, fast rides.